viewers, welcome to This Week in History, a program that takes you on a trip on how things began to unfold on the global scene, from evolution to technology, politics to economy, and more. I am Patricia Bassi, and I'm glad to take you on this lovely ride. Sit still, relax, and be prepared to be thrilled as we educate and inform you about things that transpired in the past. January 1, 1895, John Edgar Hoover was born. He was an American law enforcement administrator who served as the first director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, of the United States. He was appointed director of the Bureau of Investigation in 1924 and was instrumental in founding the FBI in 1935, where he remained director for another 37 years until his death in 1972 at the age of 77. January 2, 1839. Photography pioneer Louis Daguerre is believed to be the first person to take a photograph of the moon using his daguerreotype process on January 2, 1839. Unfortunately, in March of that same year, his entire laboratory burnt to the ground, destroying all his written records and much of his early experimental work and that historical image of the moon. In the same date, President Theodore Roosevelt closes a post office in Indianola, Mississippi for refusing to hire a black postmistress, Minnie M. Cox. January 3rd, 1521, Pope Leo V excommunicated Martin Luther from the Roman Catholic Church. January 3rd, 1852, the first Chinese arrived in Hawaii. January 3rd, 1997, President Clinton declared northern Nevada a major disaster area following days of rain that sent rivers over their banks in the Reno and Carson City area. The same date, a Nigerian militant group said it had seized $545,000 sent by Italian oil firm Agip to obtain the release of 4 foreign workers kidnapped on December 7 but had kept the men hostage. January 4, 2007, Nigeria's President Olusegun Obasanjo said Nigeria has repaid $1.4 billion to the so-called London Club of Private Creditors and that the rest of the debt will be cleared by March. In the same date, at least 3 people were killed in violent clashes between farmers and nomads in the northwestern state of Zamfara. A 4th died in the hospital the next day. January 4, 2019, in Nigeria, the Koloama 7 Brothers militant group carried out an unconfirmed warning strike on an oil facility owned by local energy firm Conoil in the southern state of Bayelsa. The group soon threatened a production shutdown and demanded action from Conoil and a traditional ruler called King Solomon Edu on issues such as job creation. On the same date, an Australian man rammed his 4-wheel drive into a Sydney police car, hijacked a supermarket delivery truck and taxi, rammed other cars, and stabbed and wounded a passerby before killing himself in front of the police. January 5, 1972, President Nixon ordered development of the space shuttle. January 5, 2000, in Nigeria, rival youths of the Yoruba and Hausa tribes clashed in Lagos and Ibadan, and some 35 people were killed. January 5, 2003, the Laos government declared this day a national holiday in honor of King Phagung, the father of Lao unity, and the 650th anniversary of the founding of Langzang in 1353. January 5, 2006, Christian broadcaster Pat Robertson suggested that Israeli Prime Minister Ariel Sharon's stroke was divine punishment for dividing God's land. However, Robertson later apologized. On the same date, a suicide bomber infiltrated a line of police recruits in Ramadi, killing at least 58 and wounding dozens, including a U.S. Marine and soldier. 11 U.S. troops were slain during the day. 5 soldiers were killed by a roadside bomb south of Kabbalah. 2 soldiers were killed in that area when their vehicle hit a roadside bomb. 2 U.S. Marines were killed by separate small arms attacks while conducting combat operations in Fallujah. An explosion near one of the Shiite Islam's holiest shrines killed at least 5 people. The day's death toll rose to at least 136 people in a series of attacks as politicians tried to form a coalition government. January 5, 2009, President George W. Bush authorized the immediate use of U.S. aircraft to transport supplies to the International Peacekeeping Force in Darfur. It's a wrap from the studio. I believe you've learned a thing or two from today's program. Do well to join us next time. For now, stay safe.